Hey guys, welcome to Let's Play Chrono Cross. Last time we woke up as Lynx in an oil painting. This time, after making our way back to the real world, let's explore a little bit and see what it is that we can do. Where's that little green thing? Huh? Where's the cutscene? The dimensional gate won't open. We're missing the piece. The missing piece to this world has been found. There's nothing we can do. Now just an unwanted piece. The missing piece, if you recall, was Surge. Surge, the reason why he was drawn across boundaries was because the dimensions split at some point 10 years in the past, when on one path Surge survives and on the other path he does not. So now that Surge is back in homeworld where he always was, everything's fine again? How about we go explain the situation to your mother? Okay. So that's how you are kind of given the information on where you're supposed to go to advance the plot, and that is indeed where we are going to head shortly. I just wanted to pop here and see if anything had changed. I don't believe anything here has changed. It's not in my notes to check, but I figured I would just on the off chance that I missed something in preparation. Nope, apparently nothing has changed here. Just gonna slow down so I don't run into something stupid and be forced to fight it because I don't really need to. Alright. Last time we explored pretty much everything except for back here and, well, hey, party member, let's go get that. I know I haven't treated you all that well, Poshel, but you want to tag up? What? Don't you know who I am? You look like a cute kitty cat. Well, I guess Poshel's not gonna join our party anymore. Oh, Chief Radius left the village sometime between the start of the game and now. Well, he's the new chief. Record of Fate makes no mention of meeting a demi-human. Record of Fate never makes mistakes. Interesting. Wasn't there a guy here before? Whatever. Go in and talk to the people here. The guys outside just said that Chief Radius left. Stares outward toward Termina with thought-filled eyes. He gets like this every year at this time. Something to do with the Viper Festival. Well, considering what we know about him from the other world, that actually makes a lot of sense. Remembering the times where he was a dragoon. Believe all this stuff is the same as before. Oh no, you're not. Not even human. Trying to use the Record of Fate. Go somewhere else. Well, you guys suck. Tell you lots of things, like what you should be doing next. Okay then. What business does a demi-human like you have with the chief? The chief isn't here. Said he was going out for a stroll. Fate has chosen you to face a great test. You'll face great hardship, but it is unavoidable. No one can do this but you. Huh. Okay. Well, that was fun. We just killed 5 minutes doing pretty much nothing. I am and have dragged little bits here and there over the course. Can you please go in the door? Over the course of this Let's Play, because a lot of the NPCs are interesting to talk to this time. So, and the music is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to spend time doing what I do. Hi, Mom! I'm home. I'm a little taller, and I've got whiskers now, but I'm still me. She actually wants an explanation, and she seems willing to listen. Man told you to go to the Sea of Eden. Something big really is on the verge of happening. It may have all started 14 years ago, night of the storm. Your father, Wazuki, and his friend Miguel set out to sea. Despite a storm, it was an emergency. You were lost by the waves and lost consciousness. Or they were. Came to, they found themselves in the Dead Sea. Apparently that's where we're looking. A place no living creature dares enter. You remember we talked to the Sage of Marbule, and he had mentioned that there were corals surrounding the Dead Sea that allowed no one to get in because they caused certain death. Or instant death, I believe it was. Don't know what he saw or what happened, but the incident changed your father. Your father's friend Miguel, he was Lena's father. He never returned. Back then, the place wasn't called the Dead Sea. They called it the Sea of Eden. Hmm? Ah, the old man. What do you mean I'm still alive? How do you know Lynx anyway? I too was once a valiant member of the Acacia Dragoons. You must put a stop to me. Oh. Yeah, you probably don't want to fight me, bud. I've gotten a lot stronger since we had that little tutorial fight at the beginning of the game. Step outside. And with that, back to the practice field. Now, there's different ways of handling this fight. I am going to set up probably the most efficient way, I think. We get Lagoonate out, which is the most powerful doppelganger we have access to right now. By the way, there's no way you could possibly steal in this fight, so there's no items to steal. The attack pattern, at least in the original, before they decided to change things, was attack twice, tech, photon beam, inferno, so you can trap that if you want, though he'll be dead before then. Attack 4 times, and then another tech. He's not gonna live that long. Though there is an interesting aspect to this fight. And that is the innate ability that Radius has. He has an innate 10% evade flat on anyone who goes against him. So regardless of whether you have Eagle Eye on or not, that's what we're stuck with. So we're going to strengthen Lagoonate, who actually I believe has more strength than Surge at this point in the game. And doesn't even need a green Eagle Eye. There's a couple of those, and let's show off just 4 kicks. not any more powerful than his normal attack, but there it is. So yeah, that's his third turn. He finally got off a tech. And Eagle Eye Surge, and he can finish the rest of this. As you can see, Radius is already sagging. This isn't much of a boss fight. I stand defeated. Yeah, after being Lynx and facing our party, you can kind of see how difficult it is for any one opponent to stand up to the three of us. And we got Strength and Magic, which is nice. Strength and Agility. Interestingly enough, not a lot of people gain Agility very often, if they do at all. Now that's interesting. I got a heal element for defeating him there. According to the walkthrough, you get a Pendragon Sigil C, which I think is the lowest tier of the Pendragon Sigils, or rarely a Gravitone element. Here I got a heal element. In my test run, I got a Magnify element. I have a feeling that his drop table is large, because that's at least 4 items that people have talked about. And my test run was not done on the remaster, so it might be a change made in the remaster, but it's also different than what the walkthrough lists. So interestingly enough, you can get a lot of different items from your fight with Radius. But he doesn't sense any malice in my attack. He seems willing to listen. Apparently he's been eavesdropping on a lot of that conversation. Here the general's been missing for the past 3 years. And on the homeworld side of things, Radius joins the party. Chance to save the general and Riddell in the other world. Geezer's gonna get in the way. No. The Geezer may not be the best character, but he's better than Sprig. Sprig's not very good. Sprig has her uses, and I will be using her a few times, but yeah, don't worry about keeping her around too long. We're gonna throw Radius in the party. And we must head for Termina and gather news about the Viper's disappearance from this world. People out there who won't judge you by your appearance. Keep your head up and do your best. She seems to still be on our side. It's nice. I don't need to rest. Good. But there's a free rest there if you ever want it. Alright, and with that, we can take Radius with us. And we now have access to going to Fossil Valley, since the plot tells us we can now go here. Okay, just went to equip everybody with stuff. Very much the same as before. We've got Old Man Radius here. Came with a Silver Staff by default and Iron Mail, so we just want to put the Mithril Mail that I stole off of Sprig over onto him. I gave him the Iron Helmet, the Dragoon's Honor, and the Stamina Ring. Now, if you take a look at his Stamina Recovery there, it's only a value of 9. So the Stamina Ring that we stole puts him up to 10, meaning he is able to keep up and gain enough stamina just fine, just by fighting everyone. Stamina Recovery is good on Harley, and it's always good on Surge there. So we're pretty much good to go as far as elements go. Very much the same. Throw on extra stuff. Basically, debuffs primarily here, healing primarily here, extra things that I don't use a lot of with healing elements and such. So all these are blue, green, and white. So I usually make these black, yellow, and red. By the way, anytime you have a higher level element, it's always better, even if you're putting it further down, it's always better to use the higher leveled element than a lower leveled element on the same element level, if that makes sense. So putting Electro Bolt here will do more than any of these other elements here because it is the most powerful by default. Apparently, from the little bit of research that I've looked into this, the further up the grid is, the higher the disparity between the amount of damage that you get with a higher level and with a lower level. So always use the highest level whenever possible. The only reason around this would be as if you have an element that targets multiple enemies as opposed to a single targeting. It's the only reason you would. Most of the elements that I have equipped, I will not be using, as you've seen in most fights that I'm in. I use Eagle Eye and Strengthen, and then I kill things. And then I just use Tex. So yeah, there's that. Other than that, like, I'll use whatever's up at the very top, just because it's powerful and it might take out a bunch of enemies. Why does he look like that? What is he? Investigation is done. Let's get the hell out of here. You want to go back to Poor. That's right. If you remember, the Acacia Dragoons weren't doing the investigation this time around. It was instead the Poor Army. They also canceled the Viper Festival, if you remember correctly. Now, here we have the dingoes, as before. Now, we can't steal, but as you can see, the the enemies in here are... What am I trying to say? As you can see, they have a lot more health than they did before. Here's Lynx's level 5 tech. Feral cats. Kind of weird, but okay, sure, why not? And here we get Strengthen, and yeah, the rest of it we don't really care about. I didn't actually make specific notes about the enemies in here because, well, I don't think I really need to. There's a cool little effect here. These Drongo enemies will actually move. So take a note of where it is on the map, where that one is. And let's go up here, grab this treasure. Infrared vision frame. Not that I care, but it's there. That's not where that Drongo was. They only move off screen. You never see them physically move, but they do move. Yeah, see, that guy was not on top of the treasure chest before. There's a piece of mithril. Okay, I just cleared out one group of those guys off screen just so that I could get my time to make my notes here. And now we'll show one of them off. Now, all the enemies in here are weaker to magic attacks than they are to physical attacks. The Drongos are nothing special. The Mumadingos you can steal a Poultice Cap from, though we've already had access to being able to steal those before. The Drongos... Are the Drongos the one that dropped the item, or was it the Dodos? I think it's the Drongos have a rare Mithril drop, and the Dodo has a rare Mithril steal. Or maybe it's a common steal. Either way, we don't have a thief with us right now, so it doesn't matter. But they're much more powerful than they were before. But as you can see, we still do a lot of damage to them with Lynx, especially with all of his additional attack power. Look at the amount of damage he can deal here. And then just go into Feral Cats, and I don't know if the Dodo reacts the same way as he did in Another World by attacking us relentlessly once you use elements on him, but he falls down so fast that I never get a chance to figure it out. Alright, so there's that. Let's show off Quick Draw. It won't be particularly powerful against a green innate, but gives us a chance to look here. Kind of a samurai style of attack. We'll show off Moonbeam at a different time here. There's only one enemy left. We'll show it in a battle where we can hit multiple enemies. So yeah, if you're lucky, you can get another piece of mithril around here, but don't worry if you don't. There are plenty of mithril to be found before we need to upgrade too far. Here we get another one. Okay, I was going to not show this, but I'm slowing the footage down here. And you saw there's a brief flash where it shows you the color of the trap that the enemy just laid. Now, if you look at it, it says enemy ? It doesn't tell the player other than that little slip up of the animation. So the Dodo has set a trap for a specific element that's white. I don't know why you would use a white element attack against a white innate enemy, but just don't use white attacking elements in battle when they're there, because they can do dumb things. But it doesn't matter, since Lynx basically nukes that entire fight on his own, as he will do for a little while yet. I was going to cut that out and then finish off the other two battles, but hey, look, more dudes. I am going to fight them, try and get my mini stat up, and then we will move on. Oh well, now is as good a time as any. Show off Moonbeam here. Okay, so he does respond like that. Not that it matters, because he's going to fall down anyway, but now you know. Okay, we're back. I just figured I'd cut out the little bit of backtracking. Yeah, I'm not going to fight you. Don't need to, though he does chase you. Alright. And we now have full access to the northern half of the large island in Homeworld. Let's go exploring and talk to a few people. Orders not to let anyone through until Commander Norris arrives. Our army is investigating, things are off limits. And you say the same thing. Looks like this place has seen better days. Wonder what happened here. Alright, we will go and explore Shadow Forest a little later, but first, let's go to Termina. Things are a lot different here, including the music. Apparently, people don't like me here. Yeah, nobody seems to like me. They're selfish, yes, they don't like whatever Lynx did, which, knowing him, is probably not a good thing. I think they used to bow their heads down to curry favor. Let's talk to some of these guys. You're on patrol, there's nobody else up there. Get out of the way. Here's the inn. You can rest at the inn if you want, I think. Is there nothing here? Nothing! Woo! That was fun. I don't believe... Oop. Closed business operations. Visitors are welcome to stay for free. So there's a free rest there if you need it. Not sure why you would, but... the thing. Sir Lynx? Where have you been all this time? We've set up a temporary military dock beyond this point. Nobody may pass without permission from Commander Norris. Not even you. Commander Norris is at the ruins of Viper Manor. Report to him your current status to him immediately. Okay. That guy is the trigger to advance the plot. We don't need to do anything else while we're here. But let's talk to some people and get a feel for what's going on at homeworld. Can you please actually talk to somebody? Sure, we'll listen to your story.
Listen to my story.
3 years ago, General Viper and his men disappeared from the manor. Searched the manor for them, but no traces found. They were spirited away. I think something might happen to you. Norris apparently is cocky. Still young, doesn't hesitate to voice his opinion. Doesn't seem interested in having any kind of fun. Best of Termina's division. Dragon's Glory. Something special. The dried lizard stuff is great too. And apparently squid pasta is one of the things that maintained on both world lines. Apparently this place is peaceful. Weren't you the guy at Sir Viper's Manor? Beautiful Termina's been turned into a mess because of you. We don't serve your kind here. I'm sure that's a Star Wars reference at some point. That door is locked. Alright, let's continue to explore. Such a pity. Statue of Master Viper, polished every day, has been changed to this. Once magnificent manor, also long gone. So apparently Master Viper disappeared 3 years ago, and, well, the poor army is here now. I don't believe you. Is there anybody in the shadows? No. They've removed the statue. Still alive. There's nothing here in the old shack. Would you like some tea or something? Get out, you big stray cat. I don't like you. Well, there's the one who's always saying it. This guy... If this guy never came into this house, got all of the double negative, we wouldn't be in this mess. Or maybe it wasn't a double negative and I was just thinking that it was because I was thinking he was saying something else. I don't know. My brain doesn't function. It's just kid talk. Stray cat that steals our fish around here. It's a real nuisance. Somehow I don't buy it. Nobody here seems to like me. Fair enough. Nothing over there. What else we got going on? What do you say? Poor army's state-of-the-art weaponry. As long as we have this, the citizens wouldn't dare revolt. Yeah, you got cannons kind of plastered around here and guns everywhere. Poor Skelly, I pray you are safe. Ever since the poor army took her grandson away. Interesting. Is there a little cutscene over here anymore? No? That is interesting. Now, it's been so long since I haven't gotten Skelly recruited at this point. It would be interesting to see if using his skull as a key item at this location in Homeworld would accomplish anything. Can I go in the door, please? Thank you. Hello. Low stock, but look around. What do you have for sale here? We have access to Whiteout and Blackout. These are consumables. I'm just going to pick up to 10, I think, of each of those. I don't think we're going to need them. I'm going to pick up... I don't know where a bunch of my Cure Pluses are. They say they're all allocated, but I should only have 2 on each character. I'm going to grab a couple more. Now, we finally have access to buying level 4 elements. Which means, at long last, we can stock up on Ice Blasts. I'm going to get 6 of them, or up to 6 of them. Actually, in my notes, I had up to 15 Whiteout and Blackout, 10, 15 Thunderbirds. It's not a huge deal one way or the other. I also have it noted to pick up to 6 of all of the level 4 ones. I don't think that's necessary, but sure. We already pretty much have that with most of them anyway. Ice Blast, I think, is the only one we don't have that in, and it's probably the most useful because its secondary effect inflicts freeze. By the way, the secondary effect of Arrow Blaster is, I believe, just poison, and Electro Bolt, I can't remember what its secondary effect is. More importantly, Magma Burst's secondary effect is Confusion. That's not a lot of fun. So, if you're trying to inflict confusion, you may want to cast that a little more. We've already got over 6 of those, so I don't need any extras of those. I don't think I need anything else here. I think we're good enough. And if you approach the bed here, we get a little bit of dialogue. He's out in the forest gathering mushrooms. Even though he's supposed to be doing inventory. A mushroom hobby of his drives me crazy. One day he's gonna turn into a mushroom himself. Okay, well, fair enough. Anyway, we got access to some nice elements. I think somebody is equipping an aqua ball. I think it's you. Yes, let's fix that. You an Ice Blast there instead. Yeah, basically, I don't think there's very many situations where we would bother using, what is it, like level 1, 2, or even 3 elements anymore. Pretty much all of them should be level 4 and above, as far as attack elements go. Everything else we'll probably use at one point or another. Travel by ship, be careful. Okay. Should I tell you if I find anything? Maybe. Alright, let's go fast. What do you say? Check the sword in the ground there, but it's turned out to be rusty. It's probably called Sacred Sword in honor of a lost family member. What do we got here? Well, that was the case on the other world line too. Interesting. With Radius, you get a little bit of dialogue. Apparently, he knew Garai. Shouldn't come around here on a whim. Spirits here will wake if you disturb them. Just last night, a man's spirit appeared at my bedside. Said his name was Getz or something. Now, if you remember a while ago when we recruited Greco, the little girl that was with him said that she was Getz's sister. Apparently, there's a dummy item in the game somewhere that's Getz's shirt or Getz's wallet or something like that. I don't remember. But apparently it's something there, and apparently there was planned to be some kind of plot line with Getz. It doesn't make it into the game. There's very little to do with Greco or any of his storyline in this game. Probably another lost soul still attached to the world. Nothing concerned with you. Well, I guess we can't do anything here. Let's go back up here. So nice having a built-in fast forward that doesn't modify the music. Working hard to join the Black Wind of Poor. Apparently she's got a crush. Key to gunfights is balance. That's what Mr. Norris said. Okay then. Interesting. Over here, near the night, Glenn is extremely hot-tempered and hard-headed guy. That's why prehistoric soldiers like knights are such a nuisance. This Dario person seems to have been exceptionally dignified man. If he's still alive, we should enlist him into the Black Wind. From what I've heard, this shack is where Dario and his brother Glenn lived. Some people claim to have seen him, currently looking for this Dario. Just when we thought the Acacia Dragoons were gone, Troublemaker decides to come back. This Troublemaker. Find any information about him, let us know. What Troublemaker is that? I'm not sure what they're referring to with that. But, okay. Maybe just the rumors coming back? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry to cut this off abruptly in the middle of town, but as I recorded it, I realized it was over an hour, and, well, it's just too long at this point. So, anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, we will continue to explore through the rest of Termina, and yeah, that's all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.